Hello, purpose people. Welcome back. My name is Suzanne, and to those who don't know me, I am doing a series on pursuing God's purpose for your life, pursuing my God given purpose. And I want to encourage others that it is never too late to pursue what God has called you to pursue His plans and His purpose for your life. In the previous video, I did, it was steps 14 through 17 on pursuing your God given purpose. And in there, I talked about whether or not you're going to be a self published author or if you're going to do it traditionally. I want to follow up on if you're going to do it traditionally and you want to query agents and editors. Here are a few extra steps, a few extra tips that I have picked up on. So, step one, define your book clearly. Before querying, ensure your novel has a clear narrative hook. What makes your Christian thriller unique? Does it have dramatic action, mysterious setting, or quirky characters? What is that thing that is going to stand out and make your book, your characters different from other books in a similar genre? Elevator pitch, a 1 to 2 sentence description of your novel. Example, The Bourne Identity by Robert Ludlum. I like The Bourne Identity. No, it's not a Christian book, but I liked it, and I really enjoyed the movies with Matt Damon. Okay, the elevator pitch for this was a man with amnesia faces life on the run from shadowy enemies as he fights to piece together his identity and his mysterious connection to the CIA. And I got that off of Netflix. So that's just a quick elevator pitch off Netflix. Okay. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. 4 kids travel through a wardrobe to the land of Narnia and learn of their destiny to free it with the guidance of a mystical lion. Like that. It's interesting. So you have to have an elevator pitch that gives the plot of your novel without giving away the twist or the ending of how this thing is going to happen. So that's something that I've been trying to work on to put together. And it's 1 to 2 sentences. I heard an author say 25 words or less. I don't know if I could do that. But they say if you cannot write out an elevator pitch, a 1 to 2 sentence sort of hook of your book, then you don't really understand your book. Your idea may be too convoluted. It can be complex, but it shouldn't be convoluted. Really, really think about that. And you can Google story hooks, and you can different books and what's the hook? What's this 1 to 2 sentence description of these novels that tell the plot without giving anything away? So do that, read a couple of those, and then see if you can do it for your own book. And then you have to have genre tags for your books. So here are some possible genre tags: Christian fiction, Christian fantasy mystery, Christian contemporary thriller, inspirational mystery suspense, historical Christian fiction. So depending on what your book is, okay, now comparable titles. So you want to have titles that are comparable to your story that this agent can say, oh yeah, I know that book, okay, this book is similar, I liked those books, so let me see what this person had. So choose a couple of comparable titles. So for instance, Terry Blackstock, her book is mystery suspense. I'm writing a mystery suspense. Aftermath, so I can use Aftermath by Terry Blackstock. Daniel Patterson, mystery romance novel. I might try writing a mystery romance novel. Right now, I'm just strictly mystery is what I want, but I'm not adverse to some romance in there. His book, One Chance. So I could say One Chance by Daniel Patterson, a mystery romance novel. I do wish to write a historical fiction, so I could use A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. It's a historical fiction novel that does have some elements of romance in it, but really it's historical. And that book, if you haven't read it, read it. It's actually a trilogy. Read the trilogy. But A Voice in the Wind was like my favorite, and loved it, loved it, loved it. I shared it with people at my job when I worked at a bank years ago, and they all loved it, and they gave it to other people to read. And I was like, okay, can I have my book? Can I have my books back now? Okay, and then The Pillar of Light by Anna Travis, Christian fantasy novel. I have this book. I haven't read it. I actually used to be an avid reader. I mean, I was buying books every week, and I would read like one book a week, and work then got crazy busy and took over, and I have not been able to read as I used to. I have these books here, and I want to get back into reading, but not just reading fiction. I want to read, um, I want to gain more knowledge. This book here is Introduction to African Civilization, um, because when you read books or you look at history here told about Africa, it's they lived in mud huts and that was it. They actually built cities with the bricks, rocks. They built cities, huge cities. There's one city where the wall around it and the city itself it's longer than the Great Wall of China. And I'm like, what? How did I not know this? How didn't I know this? They actually had empires and kingdom. The empire of Aksum. It's like, what? The Kush empire. I didn't know these things. So now I saw it on, was it PBS? Anyway, let me not get sidetracked. I want to begin to read, and I want to read nonfiction books because I want to learn and I want to grow. And you can't just stay in one place reading fiction books. And maybe that's why I stopped reading, because I only read fiction books. I wanted to see these worlds that these authors created. But you should also be reading nonfiction, and whether it's autobiographies or it's history. But that's just something that I want to do for myself. Not saying anybody else has to do it, but I want to begin to read, get back into reading my fiction because I love mysteries. They're like a puzzle, and I enjoy puzzles, word puzzles, the 500-piece puzzles. But I want to learn about what is going on and what has happened in the world. If we can learn from our history, we don't have to keep making the same mistakes in the future. And I believe, I believe that that's all. So if you want to query agents, these are other tips that you need to have ready when that agent asks you, what's the elevator pitch? Tell me about your story in 1 to 2 sentences. Can you do that? What genre is your book in? Okay, it's Christian, but what is the actual genre? Also, if they ask you, okay, this is your book, what are some comparable titles to your books? So these are things I'm including myself, because I don't have these things down. I've been working on the elevator pitch. I've started to look into comparable titles and the genre tags. But I need to make sure that I have a clear narrative hook of my book. I can tell you this is what my story is about, but what's the hook? What is that thing that makes it unique or different? You know, is it a twist on a common trope? Is it a combining two genres together? You know, what is that clear narrative hook that makes my book different and stand out from other books and what other authors have written? Okay. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some more insight and knowledge on what you need to be working on for your book, not just writing the book, but being able to talk about your book clearly and concisely and know what books are comparable to what you're writing. I want to say, God bless. Have a great day. Thanks. Oh, and if you learned anything here that's valuable, please like and subscribe. Bye.